Hey everybody, so normally I would not make a video like this unedited, but I just saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974 in theaters. It was released for its 50th anniversary, and holy crap, it is one of the most terrifying movies I've ever seen. It's weird because, I have not been a horror movie fan, not really, because, I just don't like gore and stuff like that. That's mainly what bothers me is the gore. Some of the gore in movie can be unrealistic, and that's kind of fun. But when it's really realistic, and you really know, you really think that they're bleeding and stuff like that, I don't like it. So I was not originally gonna see this movie, but I saw that it was at the Alamo, which is a theater near me, and I was like, screw it. I actually did see the original Halloween from 1978 a few weeks ago, and that one's okay. It's a little overrated, and the acting's really bad sometimes. But yeah, so I decided to see it because I've been trying to branch out and not be such a wimp with horror movies. So I saw this movie, and I just got out of it, and I actually just got back. And holy crap, yeah, it's the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life so far. There's probably scarier movies, but in terms of just psychological and a lot of stuff like that, there's a lot to get to. So yeah, I just walked out of it, and I'm back at the house, and I just kind of wanted to review it real quick because normally I would do an unedited video or an edited video, and then I would do it from there. But this movie was just so crazy and terrifying, and just a lot of thoughts that I just had to do it raw, just completely unedited. So maybe you guys might like this in this video. Maybe I might do more of these in the future. But yeah, so the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's a terrifying movie. When I realized that I was gonna have to go to this because I booked it last night, and I thought that I was like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. It's just a movie from the 70s. But then I saw people talking about it, and it's scary. And I didn't really know what I was getting myself into with this movie because I've heard people say that it's more psychological and visuals instead of gore and blood. So I was excited about that a little bit because I'm okay, so it won't be as gory. And that's true. It's not nearly as gory as other movies, even compared to Friday the 13th and stuff like that. It's actually very minimal, which is actually kind of something that I like, because even though the image or the movie tries to throw everything they can at you to disgust you, it's kind of nice that there's not very much blood. I mean, there's some, but yeah. So the first thing I want to say is that I'll start with what I didn't like about the movie, and then move on to stuff I like later. Or maybe I'll just jump around. But yeah, so the first thing I really liked was the just the atmosphere. I've heard a lot of people say that none of the other Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies have been able to replicate what the original did, and I probably believe them, because this movie is terrifying. It's just I mean, I know I've already said it 3 times, but I have never seen a movie this raw and grimy. This is the best way to describe it. It's dirty. It has a dirty texture to it. In the film, it looks really good. For a 1970s film, it looks really good in terms of the visuals and stuff like that. In terms of whenever the sunset happens, or the sunrise, it looks fantastic. So the visuals in terms of the good ones, which are not skeletons and stuff like that, is pretty good. So I really like the atmosphere. Leatherface, I think this is his best portrayal that I know of. There might be other ones I don't know about, but Gunnar, I think his name was Gunnar Hansen or something like that. He did a really good job with Leatherface, because I've heard that from other movies in the Texas Chainsaw series that they have not had the best track record, and people have tried to kind of copy what the Gunnar guy did. So yeah, he did really good as Leatherface. The whole family of this, I think it's a Sawyer family, is terrifying. Like, and the thing with Leatherface is that he's such kind of a different villain compared to like Jason and like Michael Myers, because even though he's still killing people, it's mainly the family that manipulates him and makes him do all this stuff. So you don't necessarily sympathize with him. It's just like you feel a little bit bad for him because he's being taken advantage of by his family, being abused. So yeah, Leatherface is kind of different in that way, and that's actually something that I kind of like with this movie, is that he didn't, like, it's not really, I mean, it is him, but it's also the family as well. So, like, the family is almost kind of worse than he is, because, like, I mean, he does a lot of the killing, but, like, it just seems like his family, or, like, the brother and the dad, like, really are pressuring him to kill. And even though he probably would have done it anyway, but I don't know. So, that's another good thing about it, is Leatherface. And Sally, I think, is the best character out of the group. In terms of like the group of people that we saw in like the van earlier in the movie. But the one thing that I didn't like about the movie is the characters kind of suck. And Sally is probably the only kind of really interesting one. There's one, oh, I forgot their names. I know Franklin is the one in the wheelchair, which he was so annoying. I mean, that might have been the purpose, but like, I mean, he did kind of have a point, like, later in the movie when he was about to die, where he was, like, saying that, like, they should go to a gas station to get help. But I don't think it would have mattered, because, like, the dad of Leatherface would have been there anyway, so. But he was a very annoying character. And I think it might have been intentional that he was annoying. But yeah, I didn't like Franklin. But, like, I'm actually surprised he was one of the later ones to go. But, like, all these characters are just no-names except Franklin and Sally. Like, pretty much everyone else is just kind of people to kill. And I know that's kind of, like, the point of, like, a quote-unquote slasher, even though, like, I mean, people die in this, but, like, I almost don't want to consider it a slasher because, like, I don't know, just something about this film feels different compared to, like, a Friday the 13th or Halloween. Like, it just... This movie really made me uncomfortable. Like, in terms of, like, what it really tries to gross you out with, it works really well. But the characters just kind of suck, in my opinion, and that might be the point to where, like, they're just basically pawns to get killed. But another thing I didn't really like about the movie is, I mean, this is kind of the point, but the last 15 minutes is all screaming. Like, from Sally, mainly. And, like, I mean, I know that that's what I would do in a scenario if I got caught in Leatherface's traps and stuff like that. But, like, it almost like I was watching a snuff film. Like, it was like, especially with the dinner scene actually made me very uncomfortable. Like, I mean, that's probably the point of what they were trying to do, but it's still, like, I have sensory problems when it comes to, like, screaming and stuff like that. And that was kind of hard to get through with so much going on and Sally, like, screaming, like, 15 minutes of the runtime. And, like, it was almost like a snuff film, because, like, or maybe in the later half, because, like, this poor Sally is getting tortured by these freaking Sawyer family. And what I think is very terrifying about the film is that it seems like it's really happening. Now, I know it's not really a true story. Like, they claim it is, but it's not. I think it's, like, loosely based on Ed Gein or something like that. But, like, it really seems like it's happening. Like, the acting is so good in the later half in terms of, like, believability. Because I feel like, especially with Sally, like, it really seems like she's being tortured. And, like, I think the reason why is that I've heard a lot of production history about this film before I saw it, is that the dinner scene, like, everyone was wearing the same clothes, like, all the time. And then, like, they were just going crazy and wanted to kill each other, apparently. So, like, it's crazy that I honestly feel like that's also, like, the actors of Sally, like, just going crazy, and I think everyone else did too. Like, it almost kind of represented real life the way that they went crazy. So like it's so insane that the last 15 minutes is like, it's not, I don't want to necessarily, I mean, it's kind of a climax, but the dinner scene is just, it's so terrifying, especially like with the eyes like on the sides, like if like the camera pointing at Sally's eyes, like it's really terrifying. Like I have never seen a film as terrifying. Now, like I do want to say I'm not gonna watch it again. I mean, it's not that it's a bad movie. I actually do respect it. But it's a thing of like, it's almost kind of the same thing of like Halloween for me, is that I respect it, but I don't necessarily really care for it. But this one even more so, because like Halloween is kind of fun, kind of, with like Michael Myers killing these people, and like some of them are annoying, but like this film is not really fun. Like it's not a fun movie. Like honestly, if I ever watch this again, it's gonna have to be in a very specific mood, because like I can't just watch it normally like I did tonight. I mean, it was still, it's good. Like it's, in terms of like the atmosphere, it's amazing. Like they really did a good job on that grimy look. But it just honestly, I don't know. It's just like I will never, like right now I don't want to watch it again. It's just a one and done, and yeah. So I know that I've not been posting for a while. I apologize. But yeah, I'm going to be posting again. I might do a Sonar City video on Saturday. I'm not sure if that'll go through. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of do an unfiltered Texas Chainsaw Massacre rant. So yeah, see you guys later.